Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to you all. I truly hope this video finds you in the best of health and in great spirits. Before we dive into today's absolutely fascinating topic, I want to take a moment to send out my warmest wishes to you and your loved ones. In a world that can sometimes feel so busy and complicated, I genuinely hope you are taking moments to breathe, to rest, and to take care of your well-being. May you always be surrounded by health, happiness, and peace. Thank you for choosing to spend your precious time here with me today. Let's explore something wonderful together. Imagine you are at a crowded party. The music is loud, people are laughing and chatting everywhere. Across the room, you spot a friend you haven't seen in ages. You want to get their attention. What do? You call their name. That unique sound, that specific combination of syllables that you and everyone else knows belongs to them and only them. It cuts through the noise, they turn their head, and just like that, you've connected. We humans take this for granted. Our names are a fundamental part of our identity, a social glue that holds our communities together. Now hold on to that thought, because I want you to prepare to have your mind gently blown. Scientists have discovered that we are not the only ones who do this. Out in the big, blue expanse of the ocean, dolphins are calling each other's names. Yes, you heard that right. Dolphins have names for each other. This isn't science fiction. This is real, groundbreaking science that has completely changed our understanding of animal intelligence and communication. The idea that another species on our planet has developed something so eerily similar to our own concept of naming is nothing short of revolutionary. For a long time, we thought complex language, with its symbols and labels, was the exclusive domain of human beings. We knew animals communicated, of course. Birds sing, bees dance, whales groan, and dogs bark. But this is different. This is about individuality. This is about having a unique sonic label that represents you, a label that your friends and family use when they want to talk to you specifically. This discovery opens a window into the social world of dolphins, and it is a world that is far more complex, intelligent, and familiar than we ever could have imagined. So, how do we figure this out? How do you even begin to study something like that? The story starts with a sound, a very special kind of dolphin sound called a signature whistle. Dolphins are incredibly vocal animals. Their world is primarily one of sound because visibility underwater can be very poor. They use sound to see the world around them through echolocation, sending out clicks and listening for the echoes to build a mental picture. But they also have a whole repertoire of other sounds, squeaks, groans, barks, and whistles. Among all these noises, scientists began to notice that each dolphin seemed to have its own favorite, unique whistle. It wasn't just a random noise, it was a distinct melody, a pattern of rising and falling frequencies that was consistent and unique to that individual dolphin. Think of it not as a word, but as a little tune that is the dolphin's own. This unique tune was dubbed the signature whistle. For decades, researchers like Dr. Vincent Janik and his team at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland have been listening to dolphins, recording their sounds, and trying to crack their code. They observed that dolphins, particularly the common bottlenose dolphin, which is the most studied species, produce these signature whistles most often when they are separated from their group or from a close ally. A mother and her calf will often call out to each other with their signature whistles if they lose sight of one another. It seems to be a way of saying, "I'm over here. Where are you?" But the real breakthrough came when scientists asked a more sophisticated question. Are dolphins just using their own signature whistles, or are they actually addressing each other by imitating the signature whistles of their friends? This was the key. To test this, researchers spent years recording dolphin populations, carefully identifying which signature whistle belonged to which dolphin. They used underwater microphones called hydrophones to capture the conversations. Then, they would play back these recorded whistles to the dolphins and observe their reactions. What they found was astonishing. If they played a random whistle the dolphin didn't know, the dolphin might ignore it. But if they played the signature whistle of that dolphin's close companion, let's say its best friend or its mother, the dolphin would immediately perk up and often call back, directing its calls toward the speaker as if expecting to see its friend. This showed that dolphins recognized the whistle as representing a specific individual. But the real clincher was catching dolphins in the act of using these names themselves. Through painstaking analysis, the researchers found that dolphins don't just shout their own name into the void when they're lost. They actually call out the name of the dolphin they are trying to reach. They imitate their friend's signature whistle. So, if a dolphin named Flipper, I'm giving him a name we can understand, wants to find his buddy Splash, he doesn't call out his own whistle that means, I am Flipper. He calls out Splash's whistle, the whistle that means Splash. He is essentially calling Splash. Where are you? This is the fundamental definition of a name. It is a symbol that stands for an individual, and it is used by others to get that individual's attention. This is what is known as referential communication, and outside of humans, it is incredibly rare. Let's think about why this is so important. In the vast ocean, where visual cues are often limited, sound travels far and well. A social animal like a dolphin, which lives in a complex society with shifting alliances and friendships, needs a way to manage its relationships. Imagine a dolphin pod moving through the water. It's not always a tight, compact group. Individuals might spread out to hunt or explore, and the group composition can change. Being able to call for a specific individual, rather than just sending out a general, "Hey everyone, call," is a huge advantage. It allows for much more sophisticated social coordination. It means a mother can call specifically for her wandering calf. It means a male can call for his alliance partner when they are strategizing to court a female. It means friends can reconnect after a separation. This ability to label individuals is the bedrock of a complex social life. And make no mistake, dolphin society is incredibly complex. They don't just live in a simple, static pod. Their social structures are described as fission fusion, meaning the size and composition of the group changes throughout the day and over time. It's very much like our own human societies. You have your close family, your circle of friends, your coworkers, and your acquaintances. You might meet different groups of people for lunch, for work, or for an evening out. Dolphins do the same thing. An individual dolphin might spend the morning with its mother, then go off to hunt with a few buddies, then later meet up with a larger group for socializing. In such a fluid world, knowing who is absolutely critical. You need to know who your friends are, who your rivals are, who is reliable, and who is not. Having names for each other is the tool that makes this possible. It is the social software that runs their world. The development of a dolphin's name is also a fascinating process. A baby dolphin, called a calf, is not born with its signature whistle pre-programmed. It develops it within its first year of life. During this time, the calf is constantly listening to the whistles of all the dolphins around it, especially its mother. It experiments with sounds, babbling much like a human infant does. It tries out different whistles, tweaking and modifying them until it settles on one that is unique. It's a process of vocal learning, and it's thought that the calf creates a whistle that is distinct from all the others in its community to avoid confusion. It's like choosing a unique username for a social network. This ability to learn and create new sounds is a hallmark of advanced intelligence and is shared by only a few species, including humans, whales, birds like parrots, and, of course, dolphins. What's even more remarkable is that dolphins seem to remember these names for a very, very long time. There is evidence from studies that dolphins can recognize the signature whistles of old friends and family members even after they have been separated for over 20 years. Just think about that. 2 decades is a significant portion of a dolphin's lifespan. To hear a whistle and instantly connect it to a specific individual from your distant past indicates a level of long-term social memory that is truly profound. It suggests that their social bonds are deep, lasting, and incredibly important to them. Now, you might be wondering, is this really a language? That's a big question. Scientists are very careful not to anthropomorphize, which means not to assign human qualities to animals where they might not exist. While signature whistles are a form of naming and therefore a key building block of language, we have not yet found evidence that dolphins have a full, syntax-driven language like humans do. We don't know if they can combine these whistles with other sounds to create sentences with meaning like splash, bring the fish to the large rock. But what we are seeing is the fundamental precursor to that. They have words for things, specifically for individuals. This is a monumental step. It shows that their communication is not just emotional, expressing fear, hunger, or excitement, but is also referential and cognitive. It's about exchanging specific information about their world. The discovery of dolphin names forces us to reevaluate our place in the natural world. For centuries, we placed ourselves on a pedestal, separate from and above the animal kingdom, citing our use of tools and our complex language as proof of our superiority. But one by one, those barriers have fallen. We discovered other animals use tools. We discovered that many animals have complex cultures and can pass knowledge down through generations. And now we are discovering that another species on this planet has also developed the concept of a name. This doesn't diminish us. Instead, it enriches our understanding of life on Earth. It suggests that intelligence, consciousness, and complex sociality can evolve in different ways in different environments. Dolphins took to the water and evolved a sonic, acoustic intelligence that is, in its own way, as sophisticated as our own visual, hands-on intelligence. This research also has huge implications for how we treat these incredible beings. Understanding that they are individuals with identities, with friends and families they care about, with the ability to call each other by name, makes the idea of capturing them for entertainment or keeping them in small tanks seem all the more cruel. In the ocean, their world is one of sound and space. They can hear the calls of their companions from miles away. They can travel vast distances. To confine such a being is to take away everything that makes it who it is. This scientific discovery adds a powerful ethical dimension to the argument for their conservation and welfare. They are not just anonymous animals, they are persons with individual lives and relationships. The work of deciphering dolphin communication is far from over. Scientists are now using advanced computer algorithms and artificial intelligence to try and decode even more of their conversations. They are trying to see if there are patterns in the sequences of whistles and clicks, to see if there is a grammar or a syntax that we have been missing. Every year, the technology gets better and our understanding deepens. Who knows what we will discover next? Perhaps we will find that they have names for other things, like specific predators or favorite feeding spots. Perhaps one day, we might even be able to understand a full conversation, or even find a way to communicate with them in a meaningful way. That is the dream that drives this research forward. So, the next time you see a dolphin, whether in the wild, on a documentary, or even in a photograph, I want you to remember this. You are not just looking at an animal. You are looking at an intelligent, social individual. It has a name, a unique sound that is its identity. It has a mother who knew that name, friends who call it by that name, and perhaps offspring it will teach its name to. It lives in a rich, sonic world of conversations we are only just beginning to hear. It is a person of the sea, with a life story and relationships that are every bit as real and important as our own. That connection, that sense of shared wonder, is perhaps the greatest gift that this science has given us. It reminds us that we share this beautiful planet with other intelligent minds, and that is a thought worth cherishing. Thank you for listening.